Here at the Ukrainian Labour Temple have been in existence for almost 100 years. Now, this particular choir is a very, very lively choir, and they have a huge repertoire. Today, they are going to be celebrating the fact that we have been in existence for 100 years, and we are also celebrating the 125th anniversary, coming up to get a couple of years, of the Ukrainians coming to Canada. So the festival choir today is going to sing a number of songs which they feel have been very meaningful over the years and hold special significance for our cultural groups. So, the festival choir. The mist descends in waves over the silent steppe. Hey, the sun is already setting. Time for us to head for home. We're exhausted, overworked, time to relax. And we return from the fields in a group, young fellows and girls together. Ah, the moon is rising, higher and higher. And at home, the dark-eyed beauty awaits her kozak. The evening meal is waiting as well. I must hurry, he thinks, and with my darling girl together, will contemplate.
Narration by Nancy Kardash. This lovely song was the theme song of the first youth choir in this building. It was also performed in 1939 in Toronto at the first Ukrainian festival to a capacity audience of 10,000. Our next selection, AUUC in the Field, was also sung at the same festival, but closer to home. It was sung in this building at weddings, anniversaries, banquets, and wherever Ukrainians got together. And if walls could talk, and in this case sing, they'd probably join us.
The next song will be sung by the women's section of the choir, based on a poem by the beloved Ukrainian poet Taras Shevchenko. It reveals Shevchenko at his best as both a poet and an artist. Using his pen, he sketches for us with words a picture of a summer evening, maybugs buzzing above the cherry trees, workers plowing in the fields, girls singing in a house where mothers and daughters are preparing supper, children gathering around. Everything is quiet and still. Sadok Vishnev.
Change of mood. Our next song is a traditional Ukrainian folk song sung many times in this building. It is a dialogue between a mother and her son who is about to leave for war. She urges him to dress warmly because it will be cold. He tries to reassure her and tells her he's not afraid of what lies ahead. With Remembrance Day coming up next week, this song is a fitting reminder of the pain suffered by mothers and wives who had to see their loved ones leave for war. AUUC.
Oh that was a very sad one. But we know that only when you have experienced tragedy and deep sadness can you really let loose and know how to have fun. And that is certainly the case with our next song, which should really get you moving. The story it tells is a fairly familiar one. A young man is setting out for a night or afternoon on the town. His spirits are high. His spirits get even higher when he spots the girl next door. And he starts fantasizing a future with her and contemplates eventually even marrying her, and then thinking of what might interfere with their plans. Well, the third verse, which we're not singing, but which my research tells me, puts a slightly different twist in this. In the third verse, he tells the girl not to really believe him because, after all, he's on the road a lot and he sees a lot of girls and they all look pretty good. Susitko.
As we leave and say goodbye to our neighbors, Susitka, and go back 125 years when the first Ukrainian immigration began. The first settlers, or pioneers, arrived in Western Canada's prairie region. They had been suffering from economic and national oppression under the Austrian-Hungarian and the Tsarist Russian empires. Here in Canada, the pioneers struggled when they were dumped by the trainloads in the prairie wilderness to work in lumber camps, coal mines, clearing bush for roads and farmlands, and laying railroad tracks. So it's with great respect and homage that our Winnipeg Festival Choir is proud to end our presentation today with the singing of Slava Pioneram, or Glory to Our Pioneers. The words to this tribute were written by John Weir.
Oh
Thank you very, very much, and especially for that rousing ending, Slava Pioneram. Thank you so much to the choir and their director, Lina Streltsov, and their piano accompanist, Anna Khomenko. Thank you very much again.